Hello everyone, I'm Lovro Knavs. I'm a 25 years old marketer from Slovenia. I run an advertising agency called Advertising Cowboys, where we run meta ads and produce ad creatives with UGC creators for ecom brands globally, um, to show you that this system actually is in use and that it's working pretty well. I would say is our biggest and most proudest client, let's say. So we started with this store back last year in June, as you can see here, and we scaled it all up to like 6.5 million till today. In August, we've hit a record month in sales. This is in USD, and I've took the screenshot just so we don't show client's name and everything. So yeah, just to prove that this works, and what I'll be talking with you today is our ad creatives production system. So from the idea to execution of ad creatives that we produce for our clients, the ad creatives performance review, so how we actually review the performance and understand why each ad worked or why it didn't, or we make assumptions on why we think, and also the ad account setup that basically is the same for all the clients we run ads for. So before starting, I want to show you this, so just so you'll understand a bit better. So in the team, we have 6 different roles. I'm the growth manager on all the projects still. I have a media buyer, creative strategist, creators manager, video editor, image editors, and this letters will be in the board, just so you'll know who does what in the company. And here, this above is just our, let's say, funnel from to do to performance review of the ad creative batches, basically. So to do, planning phase, ready for editing, in revision, ready to test, testing, review performance, and performance review. And after performance review, we basically put the task to our Hive. So yeah. Okay. So then the ad creatives production system. So we'll start here. Basically, when you get a client, completely new client, we basically analyze the past ad creatives performance, and based on that, we gather all clients' existing raw content and we create client main base. In main base, we basically have a few different lists, but the most important ones for the creative productions are creative analysis. We store all the scripts and like the creators management, influencer collabs, we have all of that there. But the most important one for creative production and analyzation is the creative analysis list, where we store all our batches that we make, and we analyze them, why it worked, why we think it didn't work, iterations we'll make, etc. So to start, we analyze the performance, then we develop ad concepts, and the creative strategist writes briefs. The briefs go to me and I approve them, so growth manager. If I don't approve them, we provide some additional instructions and the creative strategist does the revisions again, and then if it goes through, we create a ClickUp task and creative strategist assigns a video or image editor. Now here on this part, we basically have two different, let's say, styles. So one can be UGC, for which we need to hire a creator, and one can just be a mashup or image from the existing content we have, which basically the video editor, image editor just finds and uses the content that the creative strategist provided as existing B-roll footage. So this is done a lot quicker, but yeah, let's go through the UGC part as well. So then the creators manager finds, hires, and sends the product plus brief to content creators or creator. Then when the content is delivered by the creator, the creators manager reviews the content, and if he approves it, it goes forward. But if not, we provide additional instructions to creators, because not all creators film perfectly the first time, or some shots are missing, some shots we want them a bit differently. We want to make sure that for each creator that we hire, that we get really what we want, so we can execute the whole brief idea. Then this cycle repeats for how long it needs to be. It's important that on the start you provide as specific instructions as you want, just so you get what you want as soon as possible, so this doesn't run for too long, you know. And then when the content gets approved, the creators manager uploads the content to Google Drive and pushes the task to Reddit for editing. So this is basically what I've been talking here. So to do planning phase, ready for editing. And when the task is in ready for editing, the video editors see that, they see the due date, and they start with the production. And when they upload the creatives, they upload them on Frame.io. And when they upload it on Frame.io, of course, the creative strategist then checks if it needs the revisions, if it's not as we want it to be. Specifically for videos is with Frame.io. For images, we don't use Frame.io. We just like provide them on Slack. But for videos, yeah, we use Frame.io because it's a lot easier, faster, and you can be really precise on which parts you want something to be changed, you know. Then the creative strategist provides additional instructions for editors, and we want to finish this process as soon as possible, so then the batch gets forwarded to ready to test. And when that happens, it means the media buyer can schedule the batch on the ad account of the client. So yeah, this is our, let's say, quick summary of the process of how we produce ad creatives for our clients. And then when we have the batch scheduled on the ad account, basically we review performance a bit later. So how it starts, it basically starts first, the batch needs to spend, let's say, a few hundreds dollars of ad spend, and then we move the batch in the ClickUp from testing to review performance. So in this phase, we have weekly calls, so let's say each Monday, where we check video metrics, write Frame.io revisions, and put the task to performance reviewed. There we look at hook rates, hold rates, play the whole ad, see where the drops happen, CPC, CTR, just so we have all these soft metrics, so we know where we need to improve the ad, you know, on which part it needs revisions, let's say. And based on that, we write all the analysis in the creative analysis internal tracker that's here in the client main base. And this is what I was talking about before. And from the call, we also write iterations, we write new angles, new concepts, basically new ideas based on this batch. What can we improve? What can we test going forward? You know, that's what these calls are for. But yeah, I'm still the lead on all the projects, so I still approve all of them or disapprove. So yeah, and yeah, when we have the instructions ready from the reviewing the batch, video editors, image editor goes through the instructions, applies the changes, send the creative strategist, sees it, needs a revision. If no, we are retesting the improved batch. If yes, if it needs a revision, we again revise it with Frame.io. And this process goes on and on until we have the, let's say, perfect or best performing creatives. Yeah, that's basically it. And this goes on and on, as I said. And this part, writing iterations, angles, and new concept ideas, is basically if something works really well. So for example, for this client, if I give you an example, what worked really well was ADHD angle for kids sleep. That specifically, it worked really well. And how we went with iterations. First we had, let's say, a mom that had, let's say, a 5-year-old kid, specifically daughter. We tested the next time a mom that has, I think, 12-year-old son, and that worked extremely well. And what we did then, we created a few mashups for talking to moms that have sons specifically, not just kids, you know. So that worked. That we're just testing that now. And also another thing that we got from there is ADHD angle. So we went more specifically. We combined ADHD with natural solution, drug free, because this product is in that niche. We combined ADHD and school, and that's how we get new concept, new angles, new ideas. So we retest and make new batches from it. So yeah, I hope you got all the ideas here as well. And I'm going to show you the last part, which is the ad account setup. Most of the times there are 4 campaigns. Let's say ideally there are 4 campaigns, and I'll explain each one. So the creative testing here is where we test every batch, and each batch usually has 3 variations. Most of the time hooks. We test each batch in our best interest. So for this client it's sleep, so we always test in sleep and the creative batch name, which is the same name that the task name in ClickUp. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And when things start to work well, so let's say variation 1 of creative batch 1 is working really well, we first try to scale it with cost caps. So we provide different cost cap numbers, so cost cap bits. So let's say for this client we test 40, 41, 42, and we pump the budget up to 500 per day, let's say, for each ad set. We usually do cost caps with gathering, like, let's say, at least a few ad creatives that were proven to work here, but also we also like scale the ads in the testing campaign. Even if it's called testing, we have some ad sets that are like at 300 to 500 per day already in testing campaign now. So we scale it here, and also then with cost caps, which tend to be more profitable and more they don't spend that much, but they're more profitable, let's say, than the ABO ones. And when things, and if the same ad works really well here, we put it into an Advantage Plus. Advantage Plus we have in probably 10, 15, 20 ads at once. We turn off what's not working and leave what it is. And these campaigns go even up to 5K per day. We had them at that level. Right now we're preparing to launch for the Q4 new creatives, so we're pumping them in from the tests. And the last campaign that we have is a remarketing one, which we most of the time just do the stack 90 days. So in stack meaning in Facebook, Instagram engagers, website visitors, add to carts, initiate checkouts, last 90 days, and excluding the 180-day purchases. And here the same way, testing different variations. Here the budgets are a bit smaller. Lower than on if testing like the ads here. And yeah, why do we have a remarketing one? Some ads for us, particularly images, we test in the remarketing. So I try to test some through the creative testing campaign, but let's say 80% of the time it works better if I put them here. I extend the audience to like 90 days, put in remarketing ad copy, and it works a lot better than here usually. So yeah, that's it for everything. So I explained the ad account setup, how it is. I explained how we review performance of creatives and create new iterations, how we develop new concepts, and the whole ad creatives production system. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys like this, and if you do, please leave a comment down below. And if you are an ecom brand in need of ad creative system production and running your meta ads, you can schedule a call through my Calendly. The link is down below. Thank you.